at the fact that we are the Native women of this country, the first women of this country, but we are not so arrogant to think that we are the only women. We know that as American Indian, Alaska Native women, we are the indigenous women of this country. We are the first women of this country. But if Native American rights and tribal provisions are not put into the current VAWA, as in S-1925, we will all pay a price, not just the Native women and Alaskan women, but all of you as well.
That's right. Don't let it happen.
That's right. Don't let it happen. We can say VAWA now, but stand behind me. Let the world know that we are not saying we will accept ever this version, HR 4970. No way. It is not our VAWA. No VAWA under 4970. If you're willing to do a real VAWA like S-1925, then step up. Do not leave us in that position. The tribes now have made a decision we will not support, will accept at all the current version of the VAWA in the House. And they need to know that now. We are leaving here for the next couple of days to go through the halls of Congress, and they will remember our footsteps. They will remember the blood that has been shed by the lack of jurisdiction in Indian country and America as well. There are things that you and I can speak about as sisters of the unknown victims that are amongst our lives. Each and every one of you women here represent at least 10,000. And so if you look at the numbers in this place, we are over 2 million. We are strong as women. Creator made us that way.
Yes.
But for some reason, when it comes to jurisdiction and what's going on with Indian country, they have closed the door and turned a blind eye and allowed America to perpetrate against us unchecked. We have murdered and missing, we have trafficking, but we ask, we are reasonable with this country. They have a trust responsibility with us, and they have failed to cover that. We don't have the luxury of just a senator or two from our state. We have to deal with all 535 members of Congress. So our battle is hard, but you, I am so humbled to look at you, because you have stood behind us. You have joined us. It was unthinkable to imagine that all you women and all that you represent would be there by our side, and I thank you, humbly. The sisters here thank you. You are the blood of our blood. You are our relatives. You know, we know this in our thinking. We realize too, as tribal women and tribal leaders, that we travel from these nations across the country. The women behind me and the men behind me come from great nations across the 4 directions in Alaska. And we tell you, real VAWA is an S-1925. We cannot let them put us down. We also know that when we experience violence unchecked in Indian country, the aftermath is felt by the entire village. Our entire nation feels what goes on. It's hard to imagine going back home and knowing that our perpetrators can perpetrate and perpetrate. We also have reservation hopping as perpetrators. They get caught in one res, they move to the next. We are invisible to this country. You have honored us by casting your eyes upon us and giving breath to the words about us. You are our witness in America. We can't be where you are. We go back to our tribal nations to defend them. So we can't be here as you can be here. I'm asking you, carry the heartbeat of these women behind me, the heartbeat in my body, the voices in my ears and on my lips and across my breath, I give to you to speak on our behalf. Because from this day forward, you will represent us. And wherever we go, we have always represented the women of this nation, of this great nation. I hope. I tell you one final word, that if time is to end the race-based jurisdiction, it is race-based when it comes to us as tribes, comes to you as African women, comes to you as Jewish women, as white women, of all the different races that you represent, of the nations you came from. You came from great countries to this country, as your ancestors had. And those of you who have been lucky to have been born in this country, to become the citizens of this country, we share it with you. We are your sisters. We are your relatives. Remember that when we leave, we give you our trust. And you tell the halls of Congress they have a trust responsibility with the tribes of this country. And they cannot go unchecked. Yes. We will die. We will give our breath. I am prepared to give my life for my nation. We are raised that way. I have hate hitting me hard, because I stand here fighting for you and for us. You know that as the leaders of this great race that we have on VAWA, we have a lot of hate come at us. But I pray to you as I end this meeting in a good way, that you know that Creator stands with you by your side. And we knew when you do the right thing, it seems that hate and envy and jealousy are your constant companions. So if you have that companionship, that means you're doing it right. You're on the red road, as we call it. And so don't be frightened of the hate that comes at you, or the jealousy that comes at you, or the anger that comes at you. You're doing the right thing, because they are the witnesses to stop you. They are there to hold you back. But all of you have come here today and stood in this area under the sky of our fathers and our mothers and our ancestors and the earth of our mother to hold you and cradle you. I say to you in this in my way. Creator, come. Bless the hearts of each of these women. Listen to the good hearts of these women. We tell them that when you come, you can hear their footsteps in the morning, so that you know you will recognize them when they come to your door. I ask you with one voice, we stand together. Chonamish, all my relations, aho.
Real VAWA now! 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 Real VAWA now!